Hey guys, it's Elena from Financialdemics, where I give you the tips and tools to manage your money, increase your savings and your income, and decrease your debt. And today we are talking about how to find money to save. Because if you can't save if you don't know where the money's coming from, right? So if you want to learn about managing your money and are looking to build a strong foundation, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another one of my uploads. Okay, so I talk about saving all the time because I believe that it's a piece of building a strong financial foundation, especially if you're looking to do wealth building eventually. Now, I do not think that it is a way to necessarily build wealth, but if your finances were a house, I do believe savings is the foundation. So I've received the question more than once about how to find the money to save. And so today I'm going to give you a few different ways that you can find money to save. To be successful at this, you definitely want to combine some of these different options together. All right, so the first way that you can find money to save is to actually review your expenses. So pull out your bank and credit card statements for the last 3 months. The reason why I like to go back 3 months is sometimes you have an expense that is quarterly that you will miss. And make sure that you remember any expenses that you have that are maybe twice a year. But I want you to go through those statements and write down any expense and the amount that you pay that is a reoccurring expense. And I'm not talking about your needs. I'm talking about your wants. And also those things that you just so happen to forget about, like streaming services or magazines, gym memberships, any other type of subscriptions, and even like cable. Look through those, write down the amount and how much you're paying. Now, determine, can I either reduce any of these expenses or even cut out this expense altogether? And I'm not saying get rid of everything, but consider, what are you actually using? And if you're using everything and not willing to give it up to save some money, then you'll have to find a different way, such as shopping your pantry before you go to the grocery store. I don't know about you, but how many of us just kind of get into the habit of buying the same items every time we go to the grocery store, which is okay if you're eating it, right? But do you buy some items repeatedly that nobody's eating and it's just stacking up? Like, sis, how many spaghetti sauces do you need? Shopping your pantry before you go to the grocery store will allow you to, one, save money in buying those repeated items, but also it'll give you a chance to meal plan around what you actually have in your pantry. And so if you had sides already, maybe you just only need to buy meat. So there's no reason to buy a whole nother side that's in your pantry. There's no reason to have 15 bags of rice. I mean, I'm being a little extreme, but it gives you an opportunity to see what's in your pantry, plan around what's in there, and actually only buy the items you need. And then you already know what you're going to cook for the week or two. And so that saves you money and it saves you brain power. Now, with shopping your pantry, because you're saving money, you should be able to actually save the difference of what you would normally spend and what you actually spent in your savings account. The third way that you can find money to save is just really to automate your savings. You don't have to start with a large amount, and I really went into this in my How to Save Money on a Low Income video. So if you have not checked it out, it's up here. Watch it after this video. But then also I talked about different ways you can save with automated savings apps in my last video also. But it's just easy to set it and forget it. Automatically saving money is the easiest way to save money. You don't have to think about it. And if you actually set it up as an automatic transfer on your payday, you won't even miss the money because you never really saw it hit your account in the first place. If you start with $25 on every payday and you're paid bi-weekly, then you should have about $650 in your savings account at the end of the year. And don't forget about those automatic savings tools. So make sure you check out my last video where I talk about the best automatic savings apps. All right, so the next way that you can find money to save is to truly save your loose change. Look, I know it doesn't seem like a lot of money, but anything helps when you're building your savings account. I always save my loose change. I've done it for years, and at the end of the year, I always end up putting that money into my savings. I typically save around $100 a year, and I personally think that it would be even more if I was a person who used cash all the time, but I'm more of a card person. So think, if you are a cash person and you're always using cash and you're saving your change, think how much you could save for the year. So there's two different ways to get your money in your savings account that you saved at your home. You can either roll up your coins and of course taking your dollars. So I think like the dollar stores normally have the coin rolling paper, but if that's not your thing, which is not mine, I just pay the small fee and just go to the Coinstar machine and get that cashed out, and then I take it to the bank to deposit it. And you can find most Coinstar machines at your local grocery store, but choose the method that works best for you. Another way that you can find money to spend is by doing a no spend challenge. So a no spend challenge is choosing a period of time, so like a weekend, a week, or a month where you do not spend any extra money. So you only spend money on necessities. So of course your bills and then food for your house, but not even, don't go overboard, because sometimes you can't eat out, so you just be buying all kinds of stuff. Just get the necessities that you normally would purchase, and then during that time frame you're not spending any money on anything else. Typically with a no spend challenge, you're just trying to reset your spending, especially like after holidays or vacations, or even if you just feel like you're out of control with your spending, you're trying to reel it in. But it's a great way to build your savings, and it's also a great way to save money to put towards a goal like paying off debt. Now, I will say that no spend challenges are not for the faint at heart. So make sure you prepare before you decide to do this no spend challenge. Like, look for things that you can do for free and really keep track of how much money you did not spend. Some people have a hard time with figuring that out, but truthfully, you can kind of look back at the previous month and see what you would have normally spent during that time frame. And then that is the amount that you're going to put into your savings at the end of your no spend challenge. You can also write down like things that you typically would have spent money on. So if like every day I buy coffee from Starbucks, or I buy a bacon, egg, and cheese or something like that, then that's money that you're not spending because you're on a no spend challenge. And so that's money that's going to your savings. Now, I'm stressing this the most. Do not leave the money in your checking account. If it's in your checking account, it's not saved. And truthfully, what happens is whenever your challenge is over, you have that money in your checking account and you don't save it. And then you're back at square one. So if you do a no spend challenge, move that money over consistently. Whether if you do it over the weekend, you do it at the end of the weekend, the end of the week. And if you're doing a month, I would say move it over on a weekly basis at the very least. Another way that you could find money to save, and I think is probably one of the best ways to find money to save, is to start a side hustle. I've talked about side hustles many times before. Side hustles are a great way to find money to save, pay off debt, and to really create job security at this point. Some side hustles that you can do from your home are like starting a blog, becoming a part-time virtual assistants, becoming a part-time social media manager. Especially if you're good at your own social media, then you could definitely help a small business grow their social media. You can do online tutoring. You can do online mystery shopping. There's different ways that you can mystery shop from home, either through email or on the phone. If you're great at writing, you can do freelance writing, or even if you're great at editing, you can do some editing. If you are in the accounting field or really good at accounting, you can do bookkeeping from your house. And you can even create a course to sell. If you have a special expertise in a subject that people want to learn, then you can actually create a course and sell that. I also have several other videos on side hustles, which I will link below, that you can check out so that you can go ahead and increase that savings account. I'm going to say this again because I don't want you to miss it. Make sure with all the money that you save from doing all of these different tips that you automatically have moved to a savings account. Again, if it's in your checking, it's not saving. Sorry. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful for you. Let me know which tips that you are thinking about doing in the comments below. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe and share with your friends. And if you're looking for additional ways to save, then check out these two videos right here where I'm talking all about savings.